Doing nothing, nothing changes. That is to say, change is happening all the time, even though some would say you're not. You are. By doing nothing, if nothing truly changes, then they should understand that is enough to be still and know that it is changing. Means you will absorb most of the wisdom. Become the listener. What I've noticed is people will talk themselves through it. Just let them talk. So while you do nothing, something changes. You see how that works? For a different scenario. And that's the easiest job to quote-unquote get paid for, once you know how it works. To do nothing with a patient, yet you get results, is a very fulfilling thing. It's effortless. The burden was easy, the work is light. All you had to do was listen. Very subtle suggestions. Didn't need words, and those are interpreted by the subject in question. For themselves, they question themselves. That's why they need you to listen, because they want this to come from someone else. The good news is, it will. And all you have to do is sit and listen. The bad news is sometimes what you're listening to could hurt you as well, if the right person is talking. Doing nothing is hard work. When they hurt you with the words, because you no longer are in a way of listening. If that's how you found yourself with nothing, great. That's how nothing changes. It's a perpetual thing. Change happens because it's change. That's change. Chronos happens because it's Chronos. That's Chronos. Logos happens because it's Logos. It's Logos. Happening because it's happening. That's happening. Who is happening? How is happening? Where is happening? When is happening? Why is happening? Then the one sitting silent goes, No, you both are learning something. So sitting, doing nothing, is advantageous. That's what these words are for. But you gotta know how to listen. Because if you can't hear people at a certain point, and you start putting up walls, charging them money for that, telling them they're wrong, that's why people go crazy, because they no longer have anyone safe to talk to. If a child grew up in an environment where you were told to be silent, or you were an abused child that was silent just for that purpose because speaking out seemed to hurt the family, well, guess what? At some point you gotta talk. That's the person sitting across from someone who's sat silent, because maybe they just had a good collection of those thoughts to sit silent with it too. But you need to understand it. You'd have to come from the area of expertise to understand it, which means there are many variables out there that most do not qualify for just by experience alone. If you have not experienced it personally, you should not be treating it as a person. Coincidentally, that doesn't mean, just because you've experienced it, that you should be qualified to do that job also. Because there's certain aspects of experience that are villainistic and victimized. Both belong to the same world. And it comes from a lack of supervision, a lack of trust, and a lack of moral fiber. To be honest with the surroundings about things that destroy families, like secrets. For example, when someone gets hurt in a way that society frowns on in a way that most don't come back from. It's even worse when you're told to sit silent after it happens to you because someone else had to get away with it too. The only explanation for that was cowardice. One didn't own his mistakes. And I'm not talking about myself. If the audience is curious, this is actually a much closer situation. It happened before I got here. Not long before I got here, I might add. But that's been my life ever since. Okay? So I know it well. Psychologically, I didn't know where it came from because nobody told me. But when I found out later in life where it comes from, why, that's why I'm saying I would be qualified to talk about it because I wasn't participating in it or with it. I'm just affected by it because that's how it works. So, what I'm saying is, on the surface, confidential. So in confidence and good confidence, I keep those names silent because it's not my wound, even though it is. I only experienced it psychologically because their trauma became my trauma. Their trauma had no resolve. So my trauma had no explanation because I didn't know it was there. That was normal. Normal. Now it's not. About 4 years ago on the dot. Plus 6 months. So, someone with enough information could sit and have this conversation and say nothing. Doing nothing changes nothing. You're right. Because in order for nothing to be something, it has to change to be something, if it was nothing indeed. All it had to do was realize, I am. And that's you talking to yourself. If you are in the victim state, this is easy for you. If you're on the other side of that, not so much. I get to tell you today that I'm not. Because I've been accused of it. And it's wrong. Especially when I was the one who had to find out. That's what's wrong with me. How, why, addressed it with them. And because of that, I'm sitting here with something that should have been resolved before I was born. But because it was not, we had almost 31 years of passive-aggressive mentality. I'm 36 now. But 31 years of, I went to war. Silence wasn't my thing. My mom gave me that. I got the mouth. But my mom's not at fault. I don't know my biological father at all. Really. I'm not going to blame him for that. But since I only have 2 situations and multiple foster fathers, then it's difficult for me to understand why it's hard for you to realize what that means to me. Oh, well, because you're not me. Oh, great, cool. So let me do that. Right. Am I in pain? Absolutely. Yep. Was it fun? No, it wasn't. To discuss all of this with my mom, with everyone involved. And then to be betrayed by the same situation that my own had been through with someone I met personally, who just decided, oh, yeah, that'll work. That'll get him. Well, politely, you, the horse you rode in with, and the curse you rode out on is done. You will save yourself from that. Liars do not live with me. I am not one. I grew up around plenty. Have I lied before? Of course. What would I steal from you when I do? Everything. Even for a little bit. Just taking a little piece of gum as a kid. Did I do that? Yeah. I didn't really think about it because it was stupid. Really. Slow. Special class. Like, artistic. And no one explained that to me either. So I had all that going on right around 2019. All at once. Just bam. Here you go. And not to mention COVID and the rest of the world coming undone. So it's like I woke up and here we go. There you go. We're done. It's over. Oh, no, it's not. You see, because I still have to heal my family, which is my children, because they were hurt most. Then their mothers, because they don't know what the fuck's going on. Then my mother, because she didn't know what to believe either, but decided not to say anything. And that was easiest. And then, now what? Oh, well, I'll tell you now what. My truth. Miss Dawn, you know who the fuck you are. Your mother, your grandpa, and everyone involved with that, all the way from Steve Warren, Tennessee Customs, okay, Homeland Security, yeah. Gillespie, I named you for a reason. These are conversations I won't ever forget. Number 1, Gillespie, do your job. Number 2, Steve Warren. Oh, we don't need officers like that on the force. Well, why is he still there? Number 2, how come a CID veteran is chewing up this veteran because he doesn't like me being with his daughter? Oh, well, we were dating. Yeah, that's right. What did his daughter do that hurt me so much? Well, she cheated on me a lot. There was that. She claimed that I was crazy. I'm gonna kill her. There's that. She also, 3 years after we were broke up, decided that I was a pedophile. And kept that going. So my kids, me, my wife, my mother, my brother, my sister. My dad's side I don't talk to them really, so, military family, so we're all spread out. And then the community jumps in because no one wants that. I don't blame you, not at all, so I'm not mad at them. I'm just hoping that you're not going to be too upset at the one who lied to you, because you should be upset with her. Just hard to hate someone who's been through it also. So, of course we love her, but don't let the ones around her who actually betrayed her with the things she betrayed me with be like the situation with my mother, where I get lied to and then turned around and defied because I opened the wound to a situation that hurt me most of all. Well, that's one I can't close. Number 1, I came out just a fucking twat, Mom. You had these problems before I got here. Number 2, you surrounded yourself with those problems, and that's just the way of your living. That's the way it was. That's not the way we're going to continue. Number 3, I continued to see that pattern around me, and it continued, and I noticed the patterns. I'm saying no. I'm saying absolutely fucking not. I miss my kids. I love them. I fought for them. I will be a winner in because I'm tired of losing to you. I'm tired of losing to things I didn't do. I'm tired of losing to liars who support liars, who will turn around to fuck the truth. I'm tired of officers that don't get reprimanded because they suck. They really do. I'm tired of things that happen. In 3 years, America ruined my trust entirely, completely. Now I've got a president who doesn't care. No big fucking surprise. That's not new. We got presidents that don't matter because, well, we already knew that also, and it was played right into the fucking script. But we all knew that, which means that Mr. Nobody behind the fucking screen playing with Monopoly money, Monopoly Woman and Man of the Year, Mr. I'll go to the moon, find a new planet, wait for it to be reborn, and watch you die here too, isn't gonna be our governor for much longer. Spirit's gonna have to collect because, no disrespect, but you're not serving the people, for the people, by the people, with the people, when you guys want to tip fucking scales, okay? Right? Uneven with society's projection of what you thought you were going to get with this insurrection of the thought. You aren't, but I see what you're playing, puppets on a string. And you've been doing this since I was born. Since before that. Since 100 years ago when we came into the scene with information. You thank Tesla for that, but not just Tesla. God, it goes all the way back. We've been doing this for a while. And when did it happen? Are you not familiar with your history books? Do you only go, yeah, and then deny it when we talk about it for real? Because, you believe if there was a stick on the ground, it eats all a bunch of serpents for a bunch of people having a fucking wonderful time with God. And Nephilim, giants, the dragon, the seals, Revelation, it's all there. But then there was, it's party, woo, we're done. No, it's never done. It's never over. It's never over. And guess what also isn't over? The apology that Miss Dawn owes Steve Warren, Gillespie, and everyone else, because it really starts with her. All of this really starts and finishes with her. Yeah, I told you no. I didn't want to date the first time. Yeah, you kept being persistent. I thought that was attractive. For some of you, like, well, that's attractive. So what did I do? Talk to my wife, talk to my mom, talk to everybody, considered it. Okay, so we got together. It's done. Great. We had a good time. Not really. Lasted about 30 days. 2 months in, I knew it was pretty much doomed. Right around 5 or 6 months, I watched you fuck your way to the conclusion, and lo and behold, the pattern repeats. Now I have trust issues because of that pattern. Not you personally, but the pattern has to stop. So I'm telling the pattern, no, we're not going to keep doing that. And I also have to tell you, no, you can't let everyone else do what you did. Does that come back on you? Well, it could. Or that town can do what it always does for people like you when you do something wrong and you're not supposed to and they don't want to punish you for it. We'll just sweep that under the rug. Yeah. Well, you want to pay me back? Good. Stay the fuck out of my life. You can sweep that under the rug, but God won't. And that goes for Steve Warren, Gillespie, Tennessee, Homeland Security, alone. I like jurisdiction for that reason. Thank you. And I'll continue my life here, free from all of those things. It's embarrassing that I even had to be subjected to something that I've been surrounded by my entire fucking life. And no, I have never, ever violated the physical part of that mentality with my own desire to do so. And as a child, you couldn't ask a child before it was 2 years old why it was having dreams about sex. Funny thing is, most of my friends have been raped when they were children. So, like attracts like, because we learn about each other, we support each other, and we get through it. Do we talk about it? Not really, because most of the time, it is the family that does it. Like the situation with my own family. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't want to bring it up, but I got to. I gotta close this. But we gotta get the infection out first before we do that. I need you clean, stat. I didn't want to bring it up like that, but I also want to close it forever. And I don't want one single fucking person to open that ever again. It doesn't just hurt me, it hurts my mother, it hurts everybody, for reasons you couldn't even possibly imagine. And all we're trying to do is live our life. We've already been through that. Did we go through it again? Yeah, because of me. Because I had to go through it too. And that was me getting upset. So Mom, I'm sorry that hurt you. Ms. Dawn, I'm not sorry for anything you're doing. You have to own your mistakes. Tennessee will own its mistakes. Montgomery County will own its mistakes. All of you will listen. That's why. That was a mistake. I'll let you know. I like paying for mistakes that I create. So, not all of them are so bad. Smoking pot, not a big deal. My dogs on the lot, not a big deal at all either, because they're my dogs. They weren't a problem. They never were. So they're still not a problem now. And guess what? I'm missing 2 of them because of all of that. I'm also missing a lot of my mind because of that too. So no, you can't pay me back for that, Miss Dawn, Gillespie, family, Waverly. So what I'm missing right now is my wife. what I miss right now is my family, my son, the things that matter, the things I fought for, the reason I'm here with everyone. That's what I miss more than anything. Anything after that doesn't matter to me at all. If it matters to her, good. Take it to her and address her with the problem. It's y'all's problem. If you want to make it my problem, all I can do is tell you, watch this video. It'll tell you everything you want to know. It will not change. Thanks. Also, I wish you well. I hope you get better. I hope Gillespie stops manhandling people because you do your job to serve the good old boy system. I was the one that called you, first of all. You were there to help me, not them. But you didn't do that because you didn't know me. Well, now you do. I grew up there. No, I'm not a Freemason. No, I'm not any of those things. Was I christened as a baby? Yeah. Does that matter to me now? No. Does it matter to you? Is that a problem? Of God, to be with the cross, to be marked, to be part of a process that seems to find its heart in these moments here with you when you're not doing your job? Yeah. And what did I have to do? I have to open my mouth. You see? So being silent didn't help there. I had to do that because you needed God there. And that was the whole reason you were there too, because a family member, personal, civil situation became something that wasn't civil. And so someone who also didn't know that got involved and called you who didn't know that got involved. And now because of that, someone else has to hurt, their family suffers, and that's my family too because it belongs to my daughter. You see, I can't fight that family, love my daughter, and tell her it's okay. I just gotta let it go, which is what I'm doing right now. By talking about it, I'm able to do that because this is how you get it out. So when you talk, you do something too. You don't need a psychiatrist. Your phone will do. Just talk to yourself and listen to it. Play it back. If you like what you're hearing, put it out. That's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. I love what I'm hearing because now I'm clean. Clear of everything that I needed to do, and I feel good. I get to put this out, not worry about you. If you want to worry about it beyond this, I can't control that. And I'll take care of that when I get to it too. Not a problem. Will you hurt me with it? Probably, because that's what I expect. What I don't expect is what I hope happens. I hope you understand what I'm saying is the truth. I hope you own it. I'm not allowed to lie, so it's not part of my program. And then take it to the one who did lie, explain to her why that's not part of the program, why you don't do that, and how that hurts people, why God doesn't play that role, because compassion doesn't forgive you to say you're innocent. It says, I'm letting this go, don't do it again. That's what compassion is. That's mercy. That's grace. I understand one thing. You are an abused person who's in a Stockholm situation, masochistically involved with people who don't know how to control their anger, and it shows in everything they choose. Hate, 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 anger, 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 domination, 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 leathers, whips and chains, whips and chains, whips and chains. You get it? It's all part of the same psychological problem. Deprivation is how it happens, and no solution to that deprivation of any type. Meaning you didn't have an outlet, you didn't have someone to talk to, no one supported you, you didn't have the law because the law was never there for you also, and that is where you grew with your independence. Your independence says you surround yourself with things you understand. You did understand that, but what you don't understand is you've surrounded yourself with things that make you comfortable, and those things that make you comfortable are the things you have to change for yourself. The way you do that is to get away from that entirely. So that system does not work for you, Miss Dawn. That system does not work for you, Stephen Warren. That system does not work for you, Gillespie. You work for that system, and that system is the truth. The system is God. And what I'm saying is I have that. Every bit of it, too. So that's for you. If you want to fight that, okay, go ahead. You can do that in this world if you want. I don't suggest it. It's not going to help you when we get to our true judgment day, and you see that was insurrection of my heart because I gave you the truth. You just chose to ignore it because your job was on the line. You see, Steve Warren, I didn't lie to you. Gillespie, used excessive force also did not honor my position. That was the first betrayal. But again, it goes back to Miss Dawn. That's where it started. Now, intuitively, I felt like that wasn't going to be a good thing. That's learning to trust my heart. I do. And to everyone in Clarksville, Rebel House, everybody, especially Joshua Silcox and Jesse Edwards, Jeff Olsberger, all of you, Chris Layton, the family, Rufus Dawkins, quite a few of you. There's quite a few that I like. That's it. It's hard to sit behind that and be all right. Did I do it? Yeah. Did I sit silent for a while? I did. Can't do it anymore. So that's what this is about. Not war. I'm letting it go. I don't want to hear about it. If you're going to talk about it, go talk to her about it and leave me alone. I'm not part of that war. I should never have been part of it, actually. But for some reason, I feel like she learned a valuable lesson about the truth and how I feel about it now. So did you, Steve Warren, Gillespie, and everyone involved somehow. My kids need to know that I'm not what they said I was. I'm a really beautiful guy with lots of wonderful dreams for you. And I give you courage to face the truth. I love you. I won't lie to you, ever. Because of that, I'm not allowed to lie to them. And when did I ever teach you that was okay? I didn't. I knew the day you got here, I'd have this conversation, and I'd have it many times. Because of how I got here this way. I'm not a liar. That hurts, and I know why. I haven't done that in a very long time. I grew out of that when I was a child. I've been working since I was 10. I wasn't a child for very long, just a couple of years, and then it began. But even before that, I had already been raped. By the years prior, in ways most could not imagine. Words rape you too. It robs you to be raped of something. It robs you of something you knew. Well, I've been raped. I was raped by Miss Dawn, Steve Warren, Gillespie, Joni, Tiffany, Billy, the whole Hagler family, Pulley family, Welker family, Smith family, because of my mother, what she did to her too, what I had to help her through, the things we don't like talking about because we thought we would get in trouble. We're not. They're the trouble. But for some reason, trouble likes things that are good. So, Mom, you keep doing what you do because you are. I love you. Brothers and sisters, keep doing what you're doing because you're great. I know that. Dad, I don't care. Thanks for making me, okay? Stepdads, you learn to be better dads. Maybe my dad did too. So there's that. Me, I had to be my own set example of what not to do since y'all taught me that earlier. I got that out of the way. And yeah, my kids aren't with your bullshit. Also, Arissa, I don't appreciate you when you talk to me as if I'm your mother. When I said she's a liar, that's because she is. She's very good at it. She's been doing it her whole life. That's why I'm not with her. Couldn't stand her. And that was about a year and a half into a relationship. A year or so later, you came along. So I stayed with her only to make sure you made it. Yay me. But I love you. And I'm glad I didn't leave her too soon, because you might not have made it. Because it hurt her a lot. She just can't be with me and be a liar too, so I won't have it. Then somehow, it just continued. And Courtney, I love you more than you'll ever know. Well, we'll never get back. You're right, it's gone. But what we will have, we create. I love you, move on. If you want to talk to me, please do. I love you. And to the rest of my hometown, please. I love you too. You know me better than this crap. Am I good? Absolutely. Are they? I don't know. Do I want to care? Yeah. Does that hurt me not to? Yes. But do I have to hold myself in reserve for myself also? Yep. So there's another example for my kids too. And I'm glad I made this video. I'm glad I addressed the problem, because that's what you wanted to know. It's done. You look into it. Go into the ether. Go into the Akash. Look at my heart. Look at our soul. Look where it was. Look what I know. And tell me, are you glad it's over? Or has it just begun? Because in the beginning there was darkness means someone had to die as one. The eternal one is still living. The one that is quote-unquote dead is only asleep. It's under a spell. Yes, we're still living through it now. Yeah, that's what the world is. It's a spell. It's spelling us out. And I'm going to tell you, no doubt, that recovery is for everyone. So yes, you, Miss Dunn. Yes, you, Steve Warren. Yes, you, Gillespie. Do your jobs better. Perry goes in there too. I tried to reach out to you. I was going through a lot. I didn't understand it just yet myself, so I'm glad we talked. I'm still the bright, beautiful little boy driving his grandpa in the back, and buggy behind a lawnmower to get soda. I'm just worried because we live right up the road. Mom's getting close. Do you know your son is driving your grandpa on a walking trail? That was normal to me. And that was normal to Grandpa. Grandpa knew that place before the high school was even there, before you haven't had school there at all. They pioneered this place. Grandpa's a Roy. Roy. That's one of the names. Yahweh, Roy. Mr. Barnes, the noble. That's his name. Eugene. In the middle of the scene. That's his name. That's my great-grandpa. And he's had me holding the wheel since before my feet could hit the floor. I would sit in the center of an Oldsmobile and drive. We weren't at war. That man knew peace. Came through the Great Depression, raised 10 kids, only lost one, to himself. Itself. And it's fine, because we knew I was part of it. And like Job, we do our best to smile. Where'd I get all this information? From the book, of course. The only reason I still don't understand that is because you never asked me what I know. If you did, I would have told you. I know the book too. It's in my soul. I grew up with it, of course. It's one of the very first books I learned. And it was many books all in one. I love it. We really did collect the parts we like. The cool part about that is I kept collecting. And it's all parts of one whole. You're going to be every character, and you're going to be none of the characters when you're done. And when you're done, you're really done. You're going to come out of this body as one. But you're not going to come out of this body as one until you've done the work. And you have to detach from desire entirely to be God, with God as God. You won't be with God as God, with God as God, until you've done that. So I have to detach properly also. Just to detach doesn't mean self-destruct or self-eject. It means, what was this about? Oh, recess. Okay. Is the playground got toys out? Yep. Clean it up. Okay. Bring it inside. Organize it. When the teacher says class is dismissed, you go home. That's you. When you're done, or when you're done, or when you're done, because there's many ways to leave. The thing is, when you do, just be done. Don't worry about how, why, where, when. For home by home, don't worry about that. That's not going to help you. If you were worried about that, that's the reason you're hiding from the past. If you're hiding from the past, it's because you didn't come through it like I did just now. Was I hiding from it? Yeah, but that was to save the ones involved. But if saving them means I gotta die with you, well, I'm not gonna drown. To save you now, I can't. I've gotta fly. Away. And I don't care where, just fly. Away. From it all. Let go. All you're doing is hearing could just pretend they're not here at all and leave now, if you like. But make sure you're good where you're at, or you won't leave properly, and it will let you know. There is a self-eject. You could do that. No, I don't mean kill yourself, suicide. I mean you can leave your body willingly. But if you left your body willingly and it's not ready, or it's premature, or you didn't know the rules, because there are some, then you might find yourself hurting, like I did too. So not only did I wake up with that, to wake up to what I've always been doing, which wasn't explained to me also as a child, because I was doing things you didn't know you could do then, which I ignored. I just, churches are okay, alright? And then here it is later, giving me the signals for things it had already given me as breadcrumbs when I was a child. As a man, I only recently experienced that. So I know it's time. That's how I know. It's okay to let go. They want to kill us. Okay, let go. Don't get angry. That just gives them permission to do it. They want to save you. They can't. You just did it by doing that now. And if you did that now, then you died the right way too. Hold your loved ones. If you got family, love them. Do what you do. Miss Dawn, I'm talking to you. Miss Kim, everybody, love yourselves. Do I hate you, Miss Dawn? I was so close, but I don't. Because of something inside of me that helped me understand that too. God, I wanted to hurt you. In my soul, I wanted you to be in pain. I didn't want you to die. I don't want anyone to die. But I needed you to understand what I went through. The problem is you do. And you turn around and did the very thing that they did to you, to me. The one that loved you most, I promise. I had it. Right, when I met you. It was so attractive, wasn't it? My Nana says I shit on you. Oh, okay, she might be right. Maybe I did. I don't know what that means. But if it's anything like what you did to me, then I know that's not true. Because I don't shit on people like that, Miss Dawn. So Gillespie, Steve Warren, Tennessee, all of you. Rest at ease. Case dismissed. If you want to pursue it. I don't exist, by the way. Here. You're wrong. I've already let you know. It's in this video. And I will not allow you to hurt my children, my wife, their mothers, or stepfathers, whoever's involved anymore, with your lies because you didn't want to do your job. It's funny. All of that to get to this. Now I'm doing my job too. Being an example of what it's like to be on the receiving end of a lie that hurts you so bad it could get you killed. To have to put up with that for the amount of time that I've done it, you can't give me that back either. And what I've lost, you can't kill. So it's still here still. That needed to heal. That you need to heal as well. For yourself and with the ones that hurt you, not me. I just pointed them out on the way out because I knew that's what was happening. Did I enjoy doing that? No. Did it hurt me a lot? Yeah. Was it worth it? Yep. Why? Because you got to address that with them. And they got to know. We don't fuck around. So you're free from them. I'm free from them. The officers are free from them. If you want them, you're free to go talk to them about it. You'll get a way better reaction out of them than you want me. Because they know it's true. I won't do that with you. It's a big difference. I'll look at you just like I'm looking at you now and tell you she lied. To save them from what they could have got. Well, if you want to save them also, go ahead. Maybe that's why the good book put us at the cross. Not at a loss, but for things like this. When you just don't know, forgive them. They didn't. And let it go. It's finished. Move on. That's life. So how it will go is up to you. It's up to me too. But I'm not worried about that part of it going anywhere, because that's not me. It's not for me to worry about. You. I also likewise would like this from your perspective, because the golden rule, treat others as you would treat yourself. I'm treating myself that way because that's you and I know it. And then I would like that from you because I am and I know it. Of the same family, we want to, you're not going to tell the great Jesus that, oh, I got to throw this one last stone. No, that's not how it works. Especially since it was formless anyways, you especially don't get to use something that wasn't there to hit something that's fair, just because you thought that would save you and the others in your home. No, it didn't. It won't. It never will. What does save you is this moment now. To be free from the past means you acknowledge that, you accept it, and you move on. Are you forgiven? Yeah. Does it mean you're innocent? No, it does not. You just do better. Now, don't do it again. Thanks. It's that simple. So kids, I love you. Wife, I miss you dearly. Mom, I miss you a bunch. Dad, I don't know. Let's try lunch, something, anything. It's better than sitting around pretending you've got the answers to my anger. No, you don't. I had to answer that myself, and it's you that I'm answering. Calmly, which means I've answered myself calmly. That's how you know, because I'm talking calmly. So when you answer yourself calmly, I'll know because you'll talk to me calmly as well. And you'll get beat up by these words, like you usually do. That is the conversation I needed with you. It's not shameful to have it here now because you're gonna address this when you feel like it. And it's a long video, so there's that too. You play it as many times as you like. I would hope I see you again tomorrow. If not, alright. Tomorrow's not promised, so I gotta make peace with tonight. Right now. The evening is to even things out. So, I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm going to for myself too. There we go. That's it. Trust God. That's real. All things. More than just a feeling. More than what you see. More than what you hear. Less than me. Greater than us all. That is what it is now. The perfect love did not fight back. And all it took was one drop of that to let it go. So when you die, let it go. If they're fighting you, don't fight back. That's the rule. That's what we know. So if I'm talking to you, I'm not fighting you. As much as you thought, I'm letting it go. So by letting it go means we don't bring it back up. So Mom, this is it. Family, this is it. And we are really letting it go, and we're really gonna get back to normal. Does it suck? Yeah. Do I accept it? No. Not the things you did. What I accept is you learning. We don't accept it to do better, but since you already did, and that's a really old story, just now coming out, we're not going to beat a dead horse, no doubt. We still got a life that's living. Now, it's our life. One life. The life. Well, to live it well. Don't lie to people. Be respectful of yourself. Honor yourself the way that you would want others to honor you. Be direct, but don't be so potent with your directness that it kills others when you do. That's what I learned. So this passive-aggressive, autistic, veteran, broken and stupid, just wants you to know that's easy to do as long as you have love. The rest sorts itself out. I wouldn't know it otherwise. Love is all I got. That's it. And don't start a riot. And you feel it when the dance gets hot. Because love is what we bought with our understanding, kindness, compassion. Most of all, you guessed it, your love of our life with my life, of this life with its life, as it is, with it as that it is, that I am, as it was, will always will be, and ever has been. That is what we love. Most of all. For things like this. So, looks like nothing changes, nothing. Something changes nothing. Looks like nothing is something, so something does exist. Nothing is the liar here. That's simply just not. Because that's what it would be. Since you are, that's not what you got. Because it is. You are. That's what you are. Something. The rest is up to you. You are the potter at your will. And what you create is life. Thank you for writing the words in our clay to create us from this life today. I won't go too far with your thoughts. It rests right there. Do not ask me about my philosophy, why I care. I do not. I will not. I have not. That's all you need to know. That, and I'm happy. Any way the wind blows. It truly does matter.